Good day, sir. Good day, cadets. For today's video, we are going to present the proficiency in the adjustment of the setting and the values and develop situational awareness while using ICDES. So for the group members, yours truly, the Cadet Masbang Rose Marigay, the Cadet Pahang Vince Marian, the Cadet Pagayon Imjun Christian, the Cadet Matis Jan Mark, the Cadet Laurino Peter Chan, the Cadet Lucero Daniel, the Cadet Umali Godfrey Faro, the Cadet Umongos Jill Leandre, the Cadet Padayaw John Hendricks, and last but not the least, the Cadet Mission Alinan.
ICDES has become an essential tool for watch-keeping officers on ships. Navigating a ship with an ICDES is fundamentally different from navigating with paper chart. It is important that the master's navigating officers and the ship owners are aware of the benefits of managing the chart display, safety settings, and alarm system of ICDES. ICDES-equipped vessels have been involved in several soundings which may have been avoided had it not been for failures in the setup of use of ICDES safety settings and alarm systems. Inappropriate settings are likely to render the safety contour alarms meaningless. The use of ICDES safety setting has often been overlooked by the navigating officers due to either ignorance or insufficient knowledge. Deck officers may be unfamiliar with the setup and use of ICDES alarms, thereby increasing the risk of grounding in shallow waters and causing other unwanted situations. The appropriate safety settings are paramount importance for ICDES display. These settings control how the ICDES present depth information, making it easier to visualize areas of water that are safe for the vessel to navigate in from those which are not. An ICDES system provides an extremely accurate picture of your vessel's location by interfacing the several different sources of information: GPS transceivers, the radar overlay, and the echo referencing facility constantly feed data to ICDES. The navigation officer can check these three sources against one another easily to ascertain the exact position of a vessel virtually without fail.
An ICDES has additional means of providing the position of your vessel. This includes ARPA echo referencing as well as radar range and bearing. ARPA positioning locks onto a stationary target nearby, such as island or lighthouse, and tracks the position of the ship related to it. Radar range and bearing can help track display positions, similar to how paper chart works. This is a computerized but manual means of plotting a course that uses a radar object to calculate the location of the ship. The ICDES makes it easy to compare difference in position between the GPS and radar-based location. Method: further helping officer place the location of the ships accurately. This constant stream of information and ground lock awareness translates well into work as early alarm system. The technological ancestors of modern ICDES essentially work as navigation aids that focuses on anti-grounding warnings. If an ICDES could only provide shallow water warnings, it would still be a vital piece of equipment.
By referencing positioning information against chart data, navigation systems can provide well-advanced warnings of any significant grounding risk. Additionally, alarm settings are highly customizable and any crew can easily tailor the settings to their own unique needs. That said, there are some common restrictions and minimum settings that companies typically enforce. Companies with different needs can program looser safety settings, but it's advisable that you accept the following recommendations in the absence of good reasons not to. First, shallow contour settings. Shallow contour depicts waters that your ship cannot navigate. Crossing this boundary means that the water is too shallow for your ship and that running aground is a virtual certainty. One of the advantages of paperless navigation system is that they automatically calculate the shallow contour based on a simple manual input. Once you insert the draft level of your ship, the ICDES will set the shallow contour area on its own. Second, safety frame settings. The safety frame setting, also known as look ahead, will alarm when the ship begins approaching shallow contour areas. It takes bearings into account and bases its warning on time, rather than distance. In general, it's best to keep the safety frame at 10 minutes or longer when in open waters. In coastal waters, a 10 minutes warning is going to be impracticable. As such, the navigation officer will have to use this own discretion and choose a responsible safety frame warning time. Third, safety depth. Safety depth depicts the areas of minimum depth where the vessel can travel safely. This setting works on a similar basis to shallow contour. However, instead of inputting the draft, you'll use a formula based on a static draft, anticipated squat, and the minimum UKC of your company added together.
Safety contour. Safety contour depicts a no-go area, typically with a gray color. It should be either equal to or higher than safety depth. When the ECDIS operator sets the safety contour higher than safety depth, it creates an additional buffer zone of waters that aren't dangerous but too close for comfort. It's effectively an optional use setting that's there when it's useful, but may be ignored when it's unnecessary. Deep contour. The deep contour setting should generally be equal or greater as compared to the safety contour. It depicts a white colored area of sufficiently great depth. Deep contour has a very situational role that's typically not needed but is extremely useful when needed. If a vessel is undergoing an operation that requires it to stay in waters of a certain depth, deep contour helps keep the ship in these waters and prevent it from wandering into areas of insufficient depth.
Situational awareness is the opposite of tunnel vision. It's the difference between looking and seeing. To develop situational awareness, at least one member of the team needs to be looking away from the area of primary focus and making sure that there's a big picture observation. For instance, when everyone else is looking down at the ship's side while docking, someone should be on the opposite side and reporting anything relevant. When planning an alteration to avoid a close quarter situation, checking astern and further past the immediate area can prevent the vessel from altering away from one danger into another. If there is an emergency inside the ship, someone needs to keep navigating safely while it is addressed.
Deck officers should have a good working knowledge of the international regulations for preventing collision at sea, 1972 Corex, and in using these rules of the sea, road every master and officer of the watch should observe the 4 A's at all times. First, aware. The bridge team must be aware and maintain a proper lookout. Second, anticipation. The vessel should travel at a safe speed, giving space and time to assess if there's a risk of collision. Third, application. The crew should know the call regs and particularly the risk of collision and should follow the regulations. Lastly, action. The crew must take positive and early action to avoid a collision.
Navigation is defined by the IMO as the harmonized collection and integration and exchange and presentation and analysis of marine information on board, and assured by electronic means to enhance berth-to-berth navigation and related services for safety and security at sea and protection of the marine environment. It covers a number of ship and shore-based technologies that all significantly support and improve situational awareness and decision-making.
ECDIS is a digital navigational chart system which can be used instead of paper charts, making the navigator's workload easier with its automatic capabilities such as route planning, route monitoring, automatic ETA computation, and electronic navigation chart updating. Using such tools, ECDIS can help to establish the best time-saving route planning within predefined safety corridors, although an one-to-one check of the entire route from berth to berth must still be carried out. Furthermore, ECDIS can replay the entire course navigated over the previous 12 hours, recording the entire voyage using 4-hourly time markers.
ECDIS is not only an e-navigation tool which can be used to satisfy the nautical chart carriage requirement of SOLAS, but can also totally change the way or method of performing marine navigation. So ECDIS will be the focal point and main hub for the integrated bridge systems when configured as a multi-function display device where all the voyage-related data and information from different sources such as propulsion, navigation control systems, steering systems, alarms, etc. can be reached, seen, and used as a decision support system for routine and emergency situations.
Situational awareness (SA) is the perception of the elements in the environment within the volume of time and space, the comprehension of their meaning, and the projection of their status in the near future. SA is comprised of 3 levels. Number 1. Perception, perceiving critical factors in the environment. Number 2. Comprehension, understanding what those factors signify. And last, projection, anticipating what will happen or how the situation will evolve in the near future. These levels are cumulative in nature, as projection cannot occur without comprehension and comprehension cannot occur without perception.